Welcome to episode 6 of the Barely Onside podcast with your hosts, Jonny G and Pelly. How you doing, man?
Doing good, brother. Big win tonight. How are you doing?
Good, man. It's a good day. I think both of us have had some pretty good days. A lot of things to be excited about, finally, especially for me. But before we get to the hockey games tonight, it's Remembrance Day and Veterans Day in the States, so just a quick shout out to all those who have served, who are currently serving, and who will serve in the future. Appreciate everything that you guys do for us, girls, gals, and everything in between. So thank you very much. We remember, and we always will. Now, on to our mistake segment, because again, we like to stay accountable for the things that we say, and I feel like the lists are just getting smaller and smaller. I mean, we're not making too many mistakes, not too many like obvious mistakes. So last episode you said that Michkov's goals, all the goals that he scored were shorthanded so far this year. I didn't catch you in the moment. It didn't register. But you meant to say power play. All of his goals were power play. But in fact, that would have been wrong as well, because he
had one.
At that point, he had one even strength. Now it's 2 after his goal tonight and 3 power play goals. So not too bad. Still pretty good, but pretty minor. But so let's get it started. So the Philadelphia Flyers played San Jose tonight, and for the third game in a row, the Flyers went to a shootout, and they beat San Jose 4-3. Flyers went up 3-0 with goals from Erik Johnson, his first of the season, Travis Konecny with his 8th of the season, and Matvei Michkov with his 5th of the season. That was the beginning of the second period. Matvei scored. It was up 3-0. The Flyers were rolling, but San Jose did fight back and tied up and scored one late and forced the game into overtime and eventually a shootout. Pelly, man, obviously they got off to a really good start, and they never really took the pressure off. They kept it going all night. How do you think that the Flyers did tonight, man?
Oh, man. Well, the first period, it was just excitement. Shots were rolling. Hits were being made. It was just a great game. It's good to see Erik Johnson get his first goal and then stick up for his teammate. He's not a fighter, obviously, but he stepped up with Smith there, which is still pretty impressive. I think Smith took it easy on him. I think he could have ragdolled him, but good for Smith for being a gent about that. But the boys snuck one in there. Goaltending was a factor from both teams. So what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. That I'll see if I can say his name right, but Vitek Vanacek? That sounds actually spot on. I could be wrong, but 40 Flyers, like you said, the Flyers put up 43 shots, which has to be the most they've done this season, right?
It is.
I mean, so you like to see that. I don't know what's happening with the Flyers, but as of late, man, like you remember that little stretch where they were just not getting any pucks on net, and now the last 3 games they've been firing away, and tonight was just another solid game. But like you said, great goaltending on his side.
Yeah. Finally getting some shots. A lot of good scoring opportunities. I still think a lot of shots could have been made, but it is what it is. But hey, we're not getting 16, 18 shots a game now, which is a blessing because that was painful to watch. But I give their goalie credit, man. He played on his head. And I mean, I think we could have had probably 3 or 4 extra goals that we had open nets that we couldn't capitalize on, which it's tough. I think TK could have had 2 and Couturier had 1 for sure. But yeah, we'll take the W, man. That was intense. So
yeah, it was, man. No, that's exactly it, man. Like we were talking about it too, like just trying to find that balance of shutting it down defensively, making it easier on the goaltender and being able to find their offense and to produce, which it looks like now they're doing. And let's talk about Arison. He stopped 28 of 31 shots, but he did it with style. Like I thought I think San Jose had a lot of good chances, and I think that he was really, really good. This is the second time my poppy has popped off my shirt. So again, I'm gonna have to bend down and grab the poppy. Don't mind me.
Yeah, no, Arison, he showed up, which is, he's having I think it's his 5th win of the year. But, the boys everyone showed up, man. It was just a good game. I would have been pretty sad if they would have lost because, Michkov's late penalty he took against Celebrini. What a competitor. What can I say? I mean, it's good to see him battle, but he probably shouldn't have had that extra punch. But good for Celebrini for holding back. Well, it is what it is. It's funny. I love it. I love it, man. It's good stuff. Yeah.
It was, man. It was I mean, we can get into Matvei because Matvei obviously kind of the big story heading into the game. It's been kind of the big story. The last few games, him being healthy scratched for games against Tampa Bay and Florida. Tonight he played on a line with Ryan Poehling and Anthony Richard, who we'll get into later as well. He played just under 16 minutes, which is pretty good. Had a goal and an assist. It was an even strength goal. And was a +2. So, like you said, despite the roughing penalty on Macklin Celebrini, which could have been costly. They're like, no one wants to play 4-on-3 in overtime like that. No.
Yeah.
So
no.
So other than that, go ahead. How do you think of? But overall, like, what did you think of his play tonight?
Who? Michkov?
Yeah, Michkov.
Oh yeah, he did. I think him playing with Poehling was great. I think a lot of people didn't anticipate him playing with Poehling and Richard, but I feel that pass that Poehling made was probably 70-foot pass up the middle like that. Oh, and then buried it, dude. That was rich. Yeah,
huge.
He played good, man. And Richard only played. He didn't play much, 11 minutes, I think. But yeah, they played good. He got his second point. He got a goal last game, and he got an assist tonight. So yeah, I like him, man. Again, I think we're shuffling the lines to try to see where Tortorella feels is a good balance. I do believe Couturier, Tippett, and TK. It's a great line. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Poehling, Michkov, and Anthony Richard. Like when I first saw that line too, I was like, okay. I wouldn't consider that top 6, right?
No,
right? It looked like a third line, to me. I was like, okay, putting Michkov on the third line, but man, like you watch the line play, and it's like they complement each other so well because you have Poehling, who's a big boy. He uses his body, and is a very smart thinker in the way he plays. You have Anthony Richard, who's just Anthony Richard, who can fly, right? He can
He's
fly.
so fast.
Got that speed, man. And then you have Michkov, who has generational skill, right? He's got and he's got the intensity. He's got
the IQ. Reads the play well.
Yeah, and he's got the goal scoring, right? So I think ultimately this line, I think they had a really good game, and Michkov got a couple points, but like you said, so did Poehling. Poehling got one.
Yeah,
Richard got one. So,
I think I don't know what Michkov was thinking with you not passing it to Poehling there. I was like, dude, you better score, man. Like, I'm happy they got the W because I don't think I'd be doing this podcast if we would have lost. I would have threw a tantrum.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted the goal. I get it. He's a competitor. He's a goal scorer. He wants to score.
Yeah.
I just don't know what he maybe felt bad because he got that penalty late. He wanted to make up for it. But from that angle, I don't know where he was planning on going.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably get a strip taking him out. I think Torts will probably chew his ass on that one. But lesson learned, man. Don't be a hero.
Yeah, and of course you're referring to the overtime when he got out of the box and he was on the ice, and he had Palin sitting right in front all by himself, and he tries to beat him short side and just it doesn't go well. But I think you're right. He was hungry like a couple of things, right? One was he was back in the lineup, wants to prove to Torts that he can, that he's worth keeping in the lineup and never wants to sit again. And then also he took that terrible penalty. So there's probably a few things in his head where he's just like, I want to be the one who puts this to bed, wants to, go out on top kind of thing. So I don't blame him, but I mean, the play to make there is the pass to Palin.
Yeah,
and
of
Palin
course.
probably buries it.
And I think that's, he like Torch said, he's 19. He's still learning. Different game, everything's different. I think he'll figure it out. But I think moving forward, this one's going to he won't forget that pass ever again. He'll probably make that pass next time.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, and I don't know, what you can say what you want to say about the roughing call against Celebrini on Michkov, but I mean,
it was a good call. Good call.
It's a great call. Like, there's no question he went too far. But but for Michkov, in Michkov's defense, he's probably still like, it's a new league. He wants to be rough. Doesn't want to be a pushover. He doesn't know how far he's allowed to take it or not. Took it a little too far there. Took it a little too far.
The punches. You can't punch.
No.
If would have get two hands on the body, different. But you can't do two punches in the helmet. You're gonna get call every time. Yeah. But hey, I fucking love it. He's a competitor, man. He comes here. He brings that intensity. I think he wants to be back on the lineup with TK and Coots. Because I think TK with him, he's like his small, big bodyguard. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might not get there for a while, but he might not be up there for a while.
I don't think so.
But it's probably. I think I mentioned to you this. I don't know if it was last pod or just off air, but. Montreal with Slavkovsky, they instead of like sending him to the minors or scratching him, basically what they did was just they put him lower in the lineup, give him less minutes against weaker opponents, and just kind of let him build his game that way.
Absolutely.
And I think with Michkov, like, what's the rush? You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
You're gonna have this kid for a long, long, long time, and you can take it easy with him. He doesn't need to be top line, top minutes, everything right away.
No. And like you said, just keep him on the power play. He seems to produce every time. He's good. You got a goal or a point on the power play again, which is good, right? Yeah. So we're doing way better than last year for power plays. I can tell you that. We're not last place anymore.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think I heard this in the broadcast, but your penalty kill has been absolutely unreal. It's third in the league, man. Like, what's
last year? I believe we were tied for first for a long time there as well. Really? We were pretty good last year. Yeah, we've always been good at penalty kills.
Huh.
So
I wonder why.
Keep it up, blocking shots.
Is it TK? Is TK out there for that, or Jean Couturier?
He can be. Yeah, TK can be out there. Lawton's out there. Hathaway. To be honest,
I know Palin. Palin's out there.
Yeah.
I saw Palin out there today, so.
To be honest, John, I didn't. Yeah, Palin? Yeah, he's a good pickup. Good pickup, man. I'm happy we signed him. Yeah, and he's got the nice duster for November. Love it. Yeah, it's greasy. Good. Yeah.
Almost looks as good as yours.
If I did it, it'd be greasy. I do. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to do it, but I'm not shaving the beard, so not going to shave the beard for the mustache. It takes way too long to grow. So
if you do it, I'll do it. If you do it, I'll do it.
November's almost over anyways. So maybe next year. No,
it's fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, So, have you ever had Prime?
No, I haven't.
It's a good time to announce our latest sponsor, Prime. Just joking. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. One day, Logan Paul is going to need us one day. Anyways, I'm going to take a sip. I'm thirsty. This is Austin Matthews' special drink, so hopefully this doesn't bring me bad luck.
Well, you never know. Seems Marner's playing better without him. So,
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So maybe the assessment of Marner is all wrong, and maybe it's Matthews that needs to get out of town, and you got to strip the C, give it to. It'd be cute, man. If you could have Matthews take the C off and give it to Marner, have a little ceremony where Matthews just hands over the C to Marner. I think it's a great idea, man. I think Marner, obviously with Matthews out, it looks like Marner might be the better player. So I mean, I think it's time to, he's a Toronto boy, grew up in Toronto, Leafs fan, like dream come true for Mitch. So let's slap that C on him, and Matthews can go back to Phoenix or Utah now. Just an idea.
Yeah,
I'm sure
that's just a thought.
I'm sure they're thinking about it. They're thinking about it.
Yeah.
For sure. Macklin Celebrini, man. Pointless in the game, but did have 5 shots on goal, 4 hits in almost 23 minutes of play. That surprised me. 23 minutes.
That's a lot.
No points, like we said, but, man, we definitely noticed him on the ice tonight. He is a really good player. What did you think of Celebrini, man? He gave you guys some trouble.
Yeah, he can skate. He's definitely a weapon. Seen the few plays where he did that spin around backhand. That was pretty cute. I'm happy he didn't score. Obviously I don't want him to score. It's just because the battle of the rookies. I want them to battle, right? And that's exactly what Matvei did. So I'm happy. Hopefully next time he can score, but he can score at San Jose. Yeah, just not a Philly. Yeah,
no,
for sure. But yeah, he's a great player though. Props on him. Yeah. So good for him.
Like, I mean, the kid's 18 years old, man, and like the things that he's doing out there, it's like,
4 points, 4 games. Yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah, and he's 3 goals? You said? I think it was 3 goals.
Yeah, 4 points, 5 games now. Yeah, he had 3 goals, 1 assist. But yeah, he's got such a good attitude. I think he'll do well. So. Yeah. Seems like a pretty good kid. So, yeah.
What did you think about some fisticuffs tonight? We talked a little bit about the Eric Johnson fight on Smith, but who else fought tonight? It was
Sealer and Goodrow. Oh, Sealer is my fucking boy. I love him. He is like that quiet kid in the back of the class that you can just tell he's on edge. And dude, he came off his rockers. The beast came out of the cage, and them two, they just battled it out. Good for Goodrow. You saw them two in the penalty box. They're both saying, "Good fight, good fight." Sealer's just such a quiet guy. Like, he's scary, but man, they just beat the shit out of each other. I love it. Good for him. It was a good fight. It was very clean. I think Sealer won the fight. He had a few more landed, but Goodrow's a tough customer, man. I think he's 6'2" or 6'3", 2. Like, he's mid 200s, I believe. He's a tough kid. So, but yeah. And then you had Smith, Giovanni Smith against Eric Johnson. Oh,
that was just awesome,
I was like, it was good to see him step up. I mean, maybe Savard can take note. Just saying. Hey, I know Savard's not a fighter, but he kind of looked a little bit silly last game against Max Domi. But that just shows you, hey, Eric Johnson, good for him, man.
Right. That's all you need. That's all you need, right? You don't need.
He stepped up, man. He stepped up.
That's all you need in a team. Like, you don't need guys to go and win fights necessarily. You need guys to be willing to step up for your teammates. And it was just a great example of him just being like, no. And his adrenaline must have been going too. Like, he scored that goal.
He got a goal.
Off the next draw. It's just like, nah. And man, like within what the first few minutes of the game, he was an assist away from a Gordie Howe hat trick.
I know.
It's too bad.
I wanted it.
Yeah,
I know.
It's too bad he didn't get it. I don't know if he did. I don't think he did.
I checked. No, I checked.
No,
he just got the goal. Yeah,
we would have heard about it for sure. Yeah, but really good game, man. A really good game. I'm happy they came out on top, and it looks like everything's coming together. Don't want to jinx it, but it looks like everything's coming together slowly but surely. I mean, there's probably some room for improvement maybe on defense a little bit, but like a little secondary scoring for sure too. You guys kind of, but I mean, it's good. You had your third line produce really well tonight. TK, Coots, and
well, man, it's more than just that. You had Lawton. He had 5 shots, 5 hits, or what? No, I think he had less than that. He had 4 shots on goal and 5 hits. He played unreal. It's just guys they just need to start producing like Frost. I think he was scratched 20 games last year. And I think this is the year that he's either going to sink or swim. And I don't think Tortorella's going to stay on his ass. He's just going to say, "Hey, produce. I'm not going to ride you." And this is probably his last year to figure that out. But it's just like everybody else. You need Cates to start scoring. You need Farabee to start scoring. Forster's off to a really slow start. Where Tippett, slow start, but he's explosive. He brings that intensity, right? So hopefully the guys can start showing improvements to create more scoring chances, right? So we'll see. But let's talk about your game.
Yeah, that's a great idea because pretty excited. The Montreal Canadiens go into Buffalo today and snap their 6-game losing streak with a 7-5 win, which is a ton of goals, man. They were down a couple times, came back. Obviously, like heading into the game, I think the big storyline was the fact that the big boys were not showing up. Let me read you off some stats. I mean, heading into the game, Suzuki and Caufield, pointless in 4 straight games. Doc had 0 points in his last 6 games. Slav had just 1 assist in his last 5 games. He has no goals in his last 8 or 9 games. So tonight or this afternoon, because they had a 12:30 start Eastern time, because of Veterans Day, they played at 12:30. The big boys showed up, man. Suzuki led the way with 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points. Caufield scored twice and now has 12 goals on the season. And I believe as we stand, he is the top goal scorer in the NHL right now, which is unbelievable because from the second he got into the league, everyone's talking, oh, he's going to score 40. He's going to be 50. He's going to, and it didn't come. It didn't come all at once. I think last year he scored, I think it was 27 or 28. And that was considered a bad year, but it was his career high. This year he's going to shatter his previous scoring record or whatever it is. But he's definitely going to hit 30. He might hit 40. That'd be cool. We'll see how it goes. But with no goals in 4 games, really good to see Caufield get going again. A couple goals there. Slav had 3 assists. So that's good. He had a big game. He assisted on both Suzuki goals. And I think he assisted on Caufield's goal as well. But Doc also had 2 assists. So the big boys came to play today. And they needed to, man. When Montreal wins, it's because their big boys are playing and they're getting points. When they go silent, when Suzuki
they got the 8,
yeah, when Suzuki disappears, when Caufield disappears, when Slav disappears, Doc disappears, guess what? They're going to lose. And that's just the way it goes because we do not have the depth to provide depth scoring, to secondary scoring. I mean, sure, Gallagher is good. Anderson had a great goal today to open the scoring. There is some...
Oh, sexy.
Yeah, a little bit of offense on the bottom, but not
Oh.
really, man. Not enough to win you games. So with the big boys going, just super excited for them, especially Suzuki. And we saw an interview with him. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, but like he just looks so down on himself. And I think one of the quotes was, and I'll paraphrase because I'm not quite sure what I can't cite it word for word, but what he said was like, it's hard for me as the leader to go into the dressing room and tell the guys to play better, to be better when I'm not playing well, and like.
Fair.
So for him, I know this helps him a lot because now he might not be the biggest vocal leader kind of captain, but he leads by example. And a day like this, a game like this, is just I just love to see it, especially for Suzuki because Suzuki, at the end of the day, Suzuki is a great captain. He's a gamer and he's a good guy. You can tell he's a good guy. And I mean, we all love Suzuki, man. I know we were hard on him last week but we do love you, Suzuki. You are our captain, and we believe in you. And we know that when we make it to the playoffs finally, we know you're going to produce, and we know you're going to be the guy. You're going to get us that cup. I know you are. I know you are. Okay.
One day.
One day. It will happen. One day. One day.
One day.
In the next 10 years. Okay.
6 years.
Let's talk a little bit about the cold goaltending because, yes, they scored 7 goals. Yes, that was like you said, it was pretty sexy. It was sexy to see. It was nice, but at the end of the day, like letting in 5 goals, it kind of takes away a little bit from the win. You know what I mean? For me, perfect win is goal scored and good goaltending. We did not have that good of goaltending today. It was Caden Primo was in net. He let 5 goals in on 14 shots and then was replaced in the third period by Sam Montembeault, who stopped all 4 shots he faced. So the fact is, I mean, the team played better in front, kind of. But I think you can allude to kind of some of the defensive, mishaps that maybe we had. But at the end of the day, they only allowed 18
Correct.
shots. They had 18 shots and they scored 7 goals. So, I mean, in theory, that looks good, right? But if we had a goaltender who was a little better, it would have been, if we the 7-1 victory, 7-2, that'd be a lot better. But goaltending wasn't that great. But yeah, what did you see from the defense? I know you kind of mentioned it earlier to me that they weren't great.
Yeah. I think I am still kind of like shocked. Like you guys have generational defensemen. You guys don't know it. Like you have Lane Hutson. Like he is so good, man. Like it's crazy. I can't believe he went that high in the draft.
60,
but I just don't understand why he isn't. Yeah, but when you see Matheson on the power play, I don't understand why Lane Hutson's not your number 1. He is, dude. He shuffles, he moves, and he got 2 points tonight. Like he's just, I don't know. I feel like I don't know why Matheson's out there for you guys. Like he's a good player. Matheson's good, but I feel like he did cough up the puck a few times tonight, and he plays big minutes. But I think if you want to produce goals, you should have your number 1 starter being, Hudson, hands down, right? So yeah. I don't know. That's just me. I watched the whole game. I'm like, dude, this kid's lights out.
Yeah, you're not alone. You're not alone, man.
Yeah.
I think as a fan base, we all see it. We all know that there's no reason why he should not be out there. And they give Marty some credit. They put him out there on the 5-on-3 today as the number 1 defenseman on the 5-on-3, which turned into a 5-on-4, and that's where they scored. But it was a pass by Hudson to Caufield, and we scored on that. So
good.
At that point, I'm like, okay, I like that. Let's see if he does it again. But sure enough, another power play. Matheson's back out. I think it was 2 or 3 more power plays, and Matheson's back out. And like you said, man, Matheson, giveaway after giveaway after giveaway. Just bad play. Like, he's starting to drive me crazy. And like the more as the season is going on, he's getting worse defensively. Like prior to like this season,
Well-
like, I liked him a lot.
John, I think he's a great defenseman. I think he's getting played too much. I think maybe he's like tonight. How many minutes did he have? 20, 25. Yeah. I think maybe he's playing too much and maybe he's tired. I mean, he's 30 years old. I'm not saying he's too young, he's too old, but I think he's getting played too much. Or if he had a lesser role, maybe he'd produce more and have less errors, right? I don't know, because I think Lane Hudson, he should have that, 25 minutes, right? So, I don't know. That's just that's my two words for thought, but yeah.
No, I think I think it's very valid, right? I mean, like mistakes. Yeah, when you're on the ice a lot and you're leaned upon, yeah, you're going to make mistakes. And like that's understandable. Like a lot of players who play big minutes are going to make mistakes, but you don't make 5, 6, 7 mistakes a game. Like and that's what it's coming to. That's what it's becoming. It's becoming maybe 7's exaggerated, but at least there's like 3 or 4 of them every night where he's where you don't know what he's doing. And if he's on the power play, he's like we said a million times over, he's shooting into shin pads. He's shooting. He's missing.
He panics.
Yeah, and like he's just gives it up at the blue line, and it's just like. And the problem is right now is that just because of how good Hudson is, we all see it. Everyone sees it. Like the pressure must be mounting for Matheson, right? Because like we all see it. He probably knows it. Probably sees the power play struggle, and is like, okay, keeps putting me out there, but like I know at some point I'm losing my job to Hudson. For
sure.
And,
yeah.
So
but
I
that's
feel for him.
respectable. Lane Hudson's, but I mean Lane Hudson. I think he knows that Matheson's still going to be his mentor, and stuff like that. But I think Matheson shouldn't have a chip on his shoulder because eventually he's not going to be, in that echelon of the caliber that Hudson brings, right? So
he's not going to be that.
I don't know. He's still a great. Yeah, Matheson's still. I would take him any day for the Flyers. I'll trade you for.
You can have him.
You guys can have. Yeah.
We'll take
For
TK
sure.
off your hands. I mean, I know there was a time where you guys wanted to get rid of TK, but so we'll take TK now if he's still available. What a joke that would have been, to trade that guy.
Man, be so stupid. I can't believe he was in the trade talks. The fact that we've had TK in the junior program of the Flyers since he's been like 17. He's like, what, 25, 26? Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, build a team around TK. TK is just like Gallagher. Both in number 11s, both under 6 feet. Both are just feisty and intensity and fierce competitors. They love to do it all, man. Like, why would you get rid of that guy? You'd be fucking stupid.
And
I would burn a Flyer jersey if that happened. Yeah, he produces, man. And this year, he's getting 85 points. He's rolling, man. He is. Yeah. So that's.
Yeah, when he's over,
I could keep talking.
when he's healthy, like he's always, well, even not healthy, he's over a point per game, right? Like
for sure.
At his peak when he's on top of his game, he's a point per game plus, like for sure. So like you said, he probably will get 80 some points this year, no problem.
Yeah,
no problem at all.
Yeah.
What else do we got? Pizzetta left out again. I mean, we're not going to beat this drum over and over again because it'll be a big song. It'll be a very long song with a lot of drum. We're not going to do that. But I mean, it's sad. At this point, I'm not even going to talk about how great it'd be to have him on the line, on the fourth line with more jam and blah blah blah. At this point, it's just sad. I just feel for the guy. Like, you know what? He's going into his contract year. He's excited to have a good year. He wants to prove to Montreal that he's got something to offer his teammates. And he's got 3 games, and he's played 3 games. And it's just like, man, it's just sad. I like this guy. He sticks up for his teammates.
I would take him. I will trade you Jackson Cates for Pizzetta.
I would do that.
Because Pizzetta works his bag off, man. I mean, he's not a centerman, though, is he?
No.
Yeah.
no, he's a
Cates is
winger.
super fast, but
He is.
yeah.
He actually looked
Yeah.
okay tonight.
He's
Cates.
he's
He
dude.
looked pretty good.
He's not. He's just not producing. He's a good kid though. He's
Yeah.
he'll come around hopefully. So
Yeah.
anyways, but yeah,
but
Pizzetta.
I don't think Tortorella would. I don't think he would like Pizzetta. Maybe he would. Maybe he'd turn into.
He would love him
You think so?
if he blocks shots. If he
He
blocks
does it.
shots,
Super
does what he's
underrated,
told.
man.
Yeah. So I don't know. Deloria didn't play tonight, but that's okay. We got a W.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. The boys are playing well. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
okay that Delorier's
Hey.
not playing. But do you want to beat another?
we got
drum?
the W's.
Want to beat another
Let's-
drum,
which
that,
drum?
We've been drumming the whole season as well? Is the Jack guy?
What is it?
Drum. He played 10 minutes.
10
tonight.
minutes and 24 seconds.
Yeah, he was the least used defenseman on the team. So I mean, again, what else can we say about it rather than it's unfortunate. I think
He's still learning.
yeah, he is. Yeah, I mean he's only played like 100 and some games in the NHL. Like
Yeah.
I just hope he doesn't lose all his confidence. But I mean, you know what? He's in the lineup, and if he's in the lineup, just play him. But
I think that's just it, John. I think you have to look at it from a developmental side. Is that if he's around NHL guys and that caliber, you're a lot better there than being in the AHL, right?
Yeah.
So if he's with the boys, the morale, and seeing it, I think he's just getting.
yeah,
He'll get more minutes. He's not going to keep playing 10 minutes.
yeah.
So
I think he's going
I
to
think
pop
so.
off somewhere else. Yeah, I think he's going to pop off eventually somewhere.
I hope Philly takes him.
That would be
We could use
perfect, man. And you see, like,
I would love
man,
that. Oh.
It's so funny though because like I don't know why, but like you look at a guy like Caden Gooley, and like Caden Gooley, I love him. Obviously, we all love him. He's great, but he does make mistakes. Like he'll cost us
Yeah,
goals
and he's young.
after goals after goals. But then Jack guy gives something away and gives up a goal somehow. Then it's just like microscope. Why did you do that? You suck. Let's
Yeah.
bash you. You know what I mean? I don't know why some guys just
Yeah.
it gets overlooked for some, and then it just gets overanalyzed by on another player. You know? What
Yeah.
I mean? I don't like it, but it is.
I mean, if we
What
want to
it
talk
is.
about Gooley, he did not play good tonight. Gooley had an
No.
awful game.
He did. You're right.
He didn't play the best, but
No.
he's a great defenseman though. He just tonight wasn't his day. So
I think it had to do with Matheson playing on his opposite side.
his right side, yeah.
I think right.
Yeah.
I forget which. Yeah,
But-
it is. You know what? They won. Montreal won. Everything's happy in Habland again.
Yep.
You know, we're gonna pretend that we didn't lose 6 games in a row. We're gonna pretend that we're back in the mix. That everything's good. But whatever. You know what? We were super negative last pod, especially me. I mean, you were coming off another. I think. What was it? Was it Tampa?
I was
win?
ranting.
It was a Tampa win, but yeah, you guys beat Tampa. So you were in a better mood than I was. I was very frustrated last game. So I'm happy that we get to sit here tonight and talk positively about our two teams.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the kind of guy, I just like to see guys finish their checks, block shots, and hit. I mean, obviously but yeah, I mean, if you're not hitting, I feel like you're not wearing them down or not doing your job. But yeah, that's the only things I rant about is if I see a bunch of zeros, no hits. If you can't shoot, then at least hit. You know what I mean? Do something, right? Create some offense, some giveaways, So, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Don't
It's
get
the
me started.
worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst. Like, last game, it was like when you see Dvorak with 0 hits, 0 shots, 0 points, you're like, why are you here? What are you doing?
Were you here? Yeah. 0 blocks, 0 blocks.
Yeah.
No, that's just it, man. And I mean, I know some players have a role. If you're, say, like Lawton will go out just for a face-off and go back to the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have that role to play, so be it, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Moving
hey,
on. Do you want to?
don't we have? Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah. All right, you want to tee it up?
Let's do it.
Go ahead, tee it up.
You tee it up.
Tee it up.
I'm waiting for you.
All right, the Hockey Hall of Fame induction ceremony happened tonight in Toronto, and those inducted quickly: Pavel Datsyuk, Natalie Darwitz, Chrissy Wendell, David Poyle, Colin Campbell, all inducted. And I go through those names quickly because we have two guys that are extremely, important to us and relevant to this podcast. And we have Jeremy Roenick, a great Flyer, like wore that jersey better than most people who's ever worn that jersey. And Shea Weber, a Montreal Canadian captain. So let's start with JR. Let me talk a little bit about who he is, what he's done over his 19 seasons in the NHL. Started with the Chicago Blackhawks, played in Phoenix, played with the Flyers and the LA Kings and the San Jose Sharks. That's where I think he finished his career. In 1,363 games played, JR scored 513 goals, 703 assists for 1,216 points. And on top of that, I don't know where he found the time, but he added 1,463 penalty minutes. An absolute legend. Pelly,
love it.
this is your dude, one of your dudes, man. Like, what did you love most about Jeremy Roenick?
Oh, dude. Do you remember the days of that caliber? All the players, Lindros, man. Oh, my God. Every team had like two of these guys. Do you remember the fights they used to get into? Berube and Roenick. I'm happy for him, man. I can't believe he didn't get inducted sooner. Yeah, I have. And you see him talk, he just brings so much energy, and the stories he has is I can't talk it. He's just a legend. He's a legend, man. He's one of the best to ever play the game. He's probably one of the best Americans to ever play the game. I truly think so. And just, he's almost like Rick Tocchet. He just had as much penalty minutes as points. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. So, but yeah, love it.
Honestly, yeah, I feel the same way about him, man. When I think of a hockey player, there's no better all-around player than a guy like Jeremy Roenick, right? Jeremy Roenick brought it all. Obviously, he scored, he gets points, so he's just tearing up the league with points. But he's also a menace, and he's ready. He's ready to go. He can fight. He can just do everything, right? And he was an absolute warrior. He's exactly what you want in a hockey player. And I mean, I think of Philly. When I think of JR, sure, he played in Chicago for a while. He played Phoenix, but for me, JR is a Philadelphia Flyer. I mean, he embodies what it meant to be a Philadelphia Flyer. Tough as nails, ready to battle, didn't back down from anything, and just ready to go to war, man. He was a soldier, man. A soldier, and he gave everything to this game, and it took way too long for him to get inducted, like you said, into the Hockey Hall of Fame. And I heard interviews after he finally heard that he was getting inducted, and he was so excited, man. Because for years it was the same question every year: JR, do you think you should be in the Hall of Fame, right? And got to a point for him, I know, because I've listened to him talk about it a lot. And for him, he was he just got so he stopped believing. He stopped believing that it was going to happen. So when it finally did happen, man, he was happy, man. It genuinely excited, and we are genuinely excited for him because there's no other player like him, and he deserves to be there and everything that he did for the game, and like you said, just the things he would say, the entertainment that he provided on top of playing the game.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing, man. And you remember the battles that he had in Toronto in the playoffs against the Leafs. He's got blood on his nose and just, You know, just a warrior, man. I still remember that one goal. I forget what goal it was, but I think it was an overtime goal or something where he comes down the side and just snipes it, and it's just like I think it eliminates the Leafs. And I could be totally off base with this story, but something like that. You just remember him just being a Leaf killer, and just being everything you ever wanted in a hockey player.
Yep, that's he's probably my favorite American hockey player of all time. Him and like Mike Modano. I love Modano.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, oh fuck, they got Brett Hall too, man. Bunch of beauties. Yeah. They have a bunch of beauties, man. Yeah. So yeah, happy for him, man. Congrats. And then Shea Weber really threw me off. I am shocked that he's getting into the Hall of Fame. No offense, you're a Habs fan, but he's 39 years old. And you still have a contract with you still have a contract with Utah. What the fuck are you doing in being inducted to the Hall of Fame? Like, no offense, but like, you should be at least 10 years into this. Why and how did this happen? Who makes these calls? I want to know. And WTF? Really?
You're not wrong.
Is that not a valid question?
I think.
Is that not valid? Why? Why is Pavel Datsyuk and JR for sure, but Shea Weber? Come on, Peter Pan. Like, no. This should be at least 10 years, a decade away at the most. Like, I don't know. I could rant about this all day. Doesn't make sense.
No.
Doesn't make sense, John.
Especially when you put him side to side with JR, and like he's still he's still technically in the NHL, and JR's been having to wait way too long. Right?
JR's been 25 years. 25 years since he's played the game. No, why is 25? Shea Weber back in 2008, 2009? 25.
No, he's not that old.
Do you want me to do the math? 25 years since he played the game. It's been since 2008.
He's 52, I think. He didn't, so.
Wasn't that to the 2018? Okay, yeah, I'm way wrong. Jesus.
It's okay.
Wow.
As long as we catch it, we caught it.
2018 plus, okay. 6, okay. So like 15 years, 14 years.
Yeah,
still.
Long enough. Like over a decade, right?
Long enough.
Yeah, that guy should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer right off the bat. Like,
absolutely, man.
But yeah, like you said, we're not going to discredit Shea Weber, right? Because Shea Weber had obviously a great career. Let me run through some of his stats and kind of what his career looked like. Weber played 16 seasons in the NHL, 11 with the Nashville Predators, where he was drafted, and 5 with the Montreal Canadiens. He served as captain for 6 seasons in Nashville and 3 in Montreal, I believe. He led the Habs to the Stanley Cup Finals in 2021, where they should have won, but somehow they did not. They lost to Tampa. Again, I have no idea what happened. It's all a blur. He played 1,038 games, scoring 224 goals, added 365 assists. And I think he's got a couple gold medals with Team Canada as well. When you think of Shea Weber, what do you think about?
Them losing in the final. That's what I think about Shea Weber, losing the Stanley Cup. Yeah. I mean,
that's it. Come on.
And winning the gold medal.
What about his shot? The way he played.
Dude, he had the best. He had the fastest slap shot for sure. I just feel bad. I feel bad that he didn't get a Stanley Cup. I really do. Yeah. He's one of those players that you wish he would have got a cup, just like a Ginla. You know, any player, whether where you're from, if they played that many games, really successful, go to the Stanley Cup, and they might have a World Junior gold medal, they might have a World Cup or Olympics, but they don't have the actual Stanley Cup. It sucks, man. You want to see a guy get all of them, you know? Yeah. That's tough, right? So,
a guy at that level, yeah.
And it's same with Jeremy Roenick. I don't know if he ever had a Stanley Cup.
No, he didn't.
And that's sad too, right? So.
Yeah, I know. There's a long list of those guys who are you're just like they deserved one. Joe Thornton. Joe Thornton deserved one. Like
Jerome
McGinley,
Jerome McGinley,
Carey Price,
Shane Doan,
Shea Weber, Shane Doan.
Yeah,
there's a ton of them. Patrick Marleau. There's a ton. There's a ton where you're just like, man, like they deserved it, but
feels bad.
It can't happen to everyone. But Shea Weber, I mean, I listened to this because you go on social media today, and Shea Weber's everywhere, and he's a good captain, man. Like he spent 9 years as a captain in the NHL, and it was a great quote today. Well, it wasn't a quote. It was a press conference from the 2021 playoffs after they lost, and it was him sitting with Carey Price, and a reporter asks them, both of them, he's like, ultimately, what is it that led to you guys, coming out of this on the losing end? And Carey Price was like, I played really bad in the beginning of the series, and I think, if I would have played better, we'd probably have a better chance to win. And like the first thing that Shea Weber is like, I don't agree with that at all. And he was like, we were just not the better team. Price was not the issue. Ultimately, Tampa Bay was just the better team, and they just whatever, right? So after hearing that, you're just like, that's what a captain does, and like he's right.
Absolutely,
you're not going to put that blame on Price, but he knew, and I think he I don't think like Montreal embraced him as much as maybe we should have.
I don't think they did, man.
Because we
took him for granted.
We did because we lost him for Subban.
Yeah,
and I think that hurt a lot of Montreal fans, and the fact that we lost Subban. I think it was hard to fully take in Shea Weber, and like his personality was just so different. So different. He was quiet. He didn't really talk too much to the media. He didn't have that outgoing personality. So I think it kind of hurt him in a sense because he was replacing one of our most loved Habs of all time.
Yeah, man. Like you look back, if you put Shea Weber and then you put PK, two different kind of players. You have PK who's electric. He gets the fan going. He's got a big shot. He loves to hit. And then like Shea Weber is like this quiet guy. Like you're kind of scared of him. You just don't know. Like he might just rip your head off. He's got a slap shot, one of the fastest slap shots in the league. He's kind of like McDavid. He's just quiet, but a great leader. Yeah. But yeah, you guys lost PK Subban, who's quick on his feet, loves to dance, loves to showboat. But hey, he got you to a cup.
He did. Right?
That was the goal, and you guys just did capitalize. He got you to the cup, right? And PK, he should still be playing hockey. So
he should be, but he's like
whatever.
He's like, I'm really good at broadcasting, so I'll just do that now.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it. I'm gonna retire at like 32 years old. Come on, buddy.
Multi-millionaire, just
he could have been something good. It's too bad.
I mean, he went to the Cup Finals with Nashville his first year too.
He did.
So
he did. Yeah.
But okay. So I would have never imagined the day that the Montreal Canadiens signed PK Subban to a 9-year, I think it was a 8-year deal, $9 million a year. I never would have expected for him to be traded, one, and I never expected that to be his last contract ever signed.
I know.
In the NHL.
Because where'd he go? He went to New Jersey, right?
He went to Nashville first, and then he went to New Jersey. I think just those 3 teams, and he finished out his contract. And was like, see ya. Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
I am going to be the best broadcaster. And he's a great broadcaster, so I don't blame him. I mean,
he is.
We all love Subban. Dude, I think what's going on in the NHL, man? What's going on tonight? Do you have your phone with you? Do you have?
I do. What's
up? Like, what's going on? Let's check these phones, man.
Well, if you want to know,
let's do some scoreboard watching.
Hurricanes are up 4-1. Got just under 14 minutes in the third. Looks like the Kings lost 3-1 to the Flames.
Ooh, good for the
Flames.
Boy. They lost Mantha today. Do you hear that?
Yeah, ACL gone.
For the season.
He's gone for the rest of the season, man. That guy's such a good player, man. It is.
He can be.
6'5", just a monster. Yeah, for sure. He's from Quebec. Beauty. Avalanche won 3-2 in OT.
Oh,
Gabriel Landskov is back on his skating with the team.
really?
If you didn't know.
I thought
Man.
I heard that he took another step back the other day. A couple days
I just
ago.
heard he's still skating. I don't think he's coming back anytime, but at least he's skating.
Okay. Skating.
That's what I seen on Twitter. But
Yeah.
hey, yeah, Stars won 7-1. Yeah, man, that's about it.
Oh yeah.
So
But look at that though, eh? Pittsburgh just got steamrolled again. Oh,
I love it.
God,
I
they
love it.
suck, man. They suck.
Kyle Dubas, go
Yeah.
fly a kite.
He's gonna have
awesome.
to. He's gonna have to go fly a
love
kite
it,
at some
man.
point, dude. Man,
I feel like he burned a bridge as a GM when he had that offer, and then he said no, and then they said, "Yeah, you're done."
yeah,
I
he
love it.
said he wasn't gonna take any. He wasn't gonna go anywhere else. He's gonna
Yeah,
take some
yeah.
time, and then like a day later, the new GM of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Kyle Dubas. It's like, oh well,
I know.
I guess money talks. Money talks.
Yep.
So I was thinking though, man. I was thinking because realistically, this will never happen. So we might as well just throw it out there though. It's officially over in Pittsburgh, right? Like there's no, they're not coming
Yeah,
back.
I mean-
they're not coming back from this. Their franchise is not gonna turn a page and start winning again. Like it's over. So what do you think of this? Yes or no? Montreal trades for Sidney Crosby. The Pittsburgh Penguins, they get Kirby Doc. They get Logan Mailloux and a first-round draft pick. Not their top 5. Maybe a protected first-round draft pick. Maybe a top 5
Yeah.
protected. Top 5 protected. What if you were a GM of the Pittsburgh Penguins, would that gain any kind of interest?
I would say kick rocks to Logan and add in Struble.
What? No.
Yeah. I mean,
Struble over-
Struble's isn't he better than Logan?
No. No, he's a
No?
bottom pairing.
I thought, I thought Struble was better than Logan because he didn't play tonight, did he?
He did. He played with Jack Eye.
Did he? Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah. No.
my fault. My fault.
No. I think Logan. I think you consider him a better prospect for sure.
Oh, okay. That's my. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
still learning your team.
That's true.
So
No.
my bad.
No shame.
Yep.
No shame.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So Logan May was tearing up the
Yeah.
AHL. Former first round draft pick. What do you think? Like it's like Doc. That would be enticing, no? To have Doc is it like potential to replace your number one center, even though Doc is still a question mark.
I feel like Doc. I feel like for his well-being and his confidence, I don't think he wants to get traded for a while again. I feel like he needs to like make his foundation before he gets traded. Because if he keeps getting bounced around, I don't think you got to find common ground. You know what I mean? I don't think it'd be good for his hockey.
Yeah.
That's just me, but I think it'd be a good trade for sure. But his development, I don't know.
Yeah. Would you do it for Montreal? Would that be enough for? Like, would
Yeah,
you,
of course.
Would you be
I
okay
think
giving
as a
up
GM,
Doc?
as a GM, for sure, absolutely.
pretty
if
fair,
you're getting
no?
Sid the Kid, dude, Sid the Kid. Yes, he's. Look at his stats, dude. He's still got it, and he's what? He's 30. I'm 30. Yeah, he's 37 years old.
No, he's not.
He'll.
He's not that old.
Sid the Kid is.
No way.
Sid is born in 87. I'm 88. I'm 36. So that makes him 37.
He's not that old.
John, he's 37, turning 38.
I thought he was mid-20s.
Same. I'm talking about Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
No, I'm just joking. I'm
You're
kidding.
fucking
I
with
think he's like I thought he was like 34 or something.
dude, no, he's 87.
Let's see. Crosby.
You're
Crosby's 37. Ooh.
yeah, yeah. And Letang,
Ooh, he's
37,
He's
I
a
believe.
bum.
Malkin, 37. I think they need to trade
All
Malkin
of
and
them.
Letang. I think they should trade Letang and Malkin for some draft picks. They need to keep Sid the Kid. That's where I mean, they all want to retire there. and they all should retire there.
I know.
But
But
I think they should go somewhere for a bit, try to win another cup, come back.
Yeah.
Right? Because the trio of them three is really hard to see in a franchise. When's the last time you've seen three guys like that stick around? You haven't, really.
No.
I mean, you probably have. I just can't think of it.
I can't even think about it. Oh, well, you look at the Chicago ones, they're gone. They all left.
Yeah.
Duncan Keith left. Kane left. I know, Seabrook retired.
Yeah.
Jonathan Toews retired, I believe.
No, he's still there, isn't he?
Jonathan Toews. I don't know what's going on with him. I think he's he's done, but yeah, I can't think of any other team that like start to finish.
Not a trio. Never.
Maybe what's it called? Actually, you know what? Detroit's probably one of the last ones.
Datsuk, Yzerman.
No. I think not Yzerman, but I mean, I think Datsuk, Zetterberg,
Osgood, Yzerman,
Lindstrom. Yeah, but those guys.
Lindstrom,
that's older. Yeah. What about
but
LA?
they still played throughout their.
What about the Kings? They got
Dowdy,
Kopitar.
Ooh, Dowdy's been there. Kopitar's been there.
Dustin Brown.
Dustin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, Dustin Brown's not elite. He's not elite.
He's not elite though. He's not elite.
Not
I'm
like
talking
Dowdy
elite
and
players. Yeah,
Kopitar.
Yeah, Dowdy, Kopitar for sure.
Yeah. If Quick would have stayed, there you go.
Yeah, it's too bad he didn't stay, but
yeah, but
no, that's yeah.
Cool.
Either way, that's something that they got to figure out.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. I'm curious to see how who scored in Carolina, because have you seen what's his name? Here's a nice little.
Eichel got a goal. Eichel got a goal.
I was looking at Nakash.
Let's hear it.
1-0, just one assist, but leading the way, Asperi Kotkaniemi, baby. Jeez, there we go. Let's see how he's doing this year. Okay.
Yeah. 8 points in 13 games. One goal.
Plus 2 tonight. It's not added on, so now he's got 10 points, 2 goals in 14 games. But he did this last year. Nice. He was like a point per game for the first 11, 12 games, and then he went cold for 30, 40 games with no points. It was bad. It was really bad. Kotkaniemi had a really tough season last year after getting off to an incredible start. Everyone's like, see, finally.
Wow.
He is good.
First round, third pick. He hasn't really produced, though. Only 43 points. Yeah, it's too bad.
Was that last year? 43 points or no?
No. That was back in 2023, 2022-23. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Interesting.
Yeah, Montreal passed on Brady Tkachuk. I'll never ever live that down,
don't worry.
I'll never get over it.
Nolan Patch, you can't forget the Nolan Patrick when we passed up Cale Makar.
I think
that one really, really hurts. That sucks. So yeah,
Nolan Patrick. Yeah. Anyways,
let it go.
Who do you got next week? Phillies. Oh, they're coming to my town. They're coming to my town on Monday. Is it Monday?
Yep. No, today's Monday.
Today's Monday. That's right. Today's Monday. When do they play?
We play with
Thursday.
Senators Thursday.
You know what?
Yeah.
Pelly, I would absolutely go to that game. I really wanted to.
Yeah.
But guess
you should, man.
I can't go to that game because Caitlin is off to Toronto to see Taylor Swift that night. So
holy fuck!
So
Swifties are taking over, man.
No, it's pretty cool, man. I'm excited for her because honestly, she's been a huge fan. There's nothing but love there for me.
Hey, I get it.
Yeah, she's going by herself, and let me tell you this.
What?
She's going by herself. I mean, the ticket was $2,500. So no one else.
I was gonna ask you, John.
Yeah.
How much was the ticket?
It was $2,500. Luckily, her dad did help her out.
Oh.
It helped her out, so that's good. But listen to this.
Oh my god.
So listen to this. So she found this group of right now they have 9 other girls, all going by themselves, and they're all coming from all over different parts of North America. Like there's a girl in Florida coming. There's a girl from Nova Scotia coming. There's one from Toronto.
That's so cool.
And they're all meeting up that day of, go out for lunch at Earl's. I think they're going to Earl's. They're going to have lunch and whatever, and then they're going to go to the show and all this stuff. They're going to go get some merch together. So, like, for the last week, it's just been constant messages. They're going. And, like, I have my...
Good for her, man.
I have my computer open, and it's just, like... And, like, her iTunes is hooked up to it or whatever, her iMessage. So, it's just, like, every second, ding, 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 ding. I'm like... You girls never stop. So I can't go to the game against Philly. I would have loved to, but
take the kids, man. Take the kids.
Yeah, just pull a late night with the kids.
Yeah, go to get some nosebleeds tickets. Just go to the game.
You did that with Everly last year. How did that go?
Yeah, New Year's Eve, man. Yeah, it was. I brought her iPad just in case because you just don't know. And I gave her these headphones. Yeah. And just because when the Flames score, it's loud.
Right.
But man, she was so happy, so grateful. And she always talks about it.
Oh,
always.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
It's something she'll never forget. So yeah, we need to do that more. So
did she stay the whole game?
Yeah.
I remember you leaving early.
We left. Yeah, no, we left. So we stayed until the end of this. Sorry, about 5 minutes left of the second period. We left.
Oh, okay.
So I got a period and 3/4. But
yeah.
You know, had a pop and a couple pieces of pizza, cotton candy, popcorn. Oh yeah. It was her best night, man. Yeah, it was.
That's
awesome.
good. I'm glad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait till they're a little older. Man.
Yeah.
Like I took Lexi to the Laval Rocket game and. I had to spend like $100 on her. It was just like, she was like,
yeah, man, to keep her happy.
Yeah. Like I got to Montreal and we got there early because I was like, let's just go explore a little Montreal before we go to the game. So I take her downtown and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, we're driving to Laval to go see the game. And she's like, Daddy, I'm done. I want to go home. It's like, go home? Like the game's not, like, we haven't even started the game yet. What do you mean go home? She's like, yeah, I want to go home now. I was like, no. Like, this is just getting started. So we go there. And and I was like, we're going. So, I mean, I bought the tickets. I drove here. We're going. So I go there, and then it's just like, take her to the store because I want to buy her a shirt or something. But she finds a unicorn, the Laval Rocket unicorn, like pink and white.
Boom.
Like, okay, first purchase. Boom. Good. Okay. Gets her through the first period. And then the second period is just like, okay, popcorn. Big bag of popcorn. Let's go. And then the third game, it was just like... What did I buy her? I had to go buy her something else. Oh, a foam finger. The third period, a foam finger. I had to go buy her that. By the time I left, I was broke. But we stayed the whole game, though.
Dude, at least you stayed the whole game. And you drove, 2 hours?
2.5 hours. Yeah, about that.
Wow. So you drove 5 hours total that day.
Yeah.
Jeez,
there and back.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I loved it, man. I wish you could come and experience a Laval Rocket game because, man, honestly, it's like I
heard the intensity.
Man, it was 10,000 fans, man. It felt like I don't know. It felt so like this is maybe weird, but like like the color. When you look at old photographs of hockey and it's like dark, and like the ice is bright, but everything's dark. Like, it was more like that. Because, like, NHL rinks now, it's just so lit up. It doesn't have that, like, old school, like, feel. Laval had that, like, darker around the ice. Ice was bright, but, like, it was dark around. So it had this, just, like, this different kind of, like, feel. And it was just, like, it was really, like, I don't know. It was, like, really, like, hard. And I felt like it was, like, the heart of Quebec wall. Like, a heart of Quebec. It was just like I don't know. It felt very it felt really cultural. It was cool. It was really fucking cool. I wish I could have watched more if I wasn't so distracted by a 4-year-old or a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old at that
If
time.
I went, I would love to go to Quebec.
Dude.
I mean, I'm a sucker for the French females. God bless them. Beautiful. Oh, and and do you know that I heard? Do you know that I heard? And I told my wife this. So we were looking at the most romantic places in the world. And Quebec City and another place in Quebec has number 2 and number 3 in the world.
Wow.
and like that is so cool.
Yeah.
I would love to go.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard Quebec City is right up there with a Paris or whatever it is.
Paris wasn't the number. It was somewhere else in Europe. I forget.
Really?
But it was right up there. Yeah, Paris wasn't it.
Huh, interesting.
So good for Quebec.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, I spent 3.5 years living in Quebec City. It is a very romantic place. Did a
God bless
lot
you.
of loving.
God bless
A lot
you.
of loving. Just kidding. I was like 12. But anyways, let's. So you got Ottawa on Thursday. We got Wild, the Minnesota Wild. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. Let's just hope Philly just keeps this going because I think
I hope we keep it going.
I think there's a chance that Philly can climb back into a playoff race.
Dude, hey, let's stay positive here, okay? If you look at the wild card, we are only 1 point out of a wild card spot.
You guys still have a chance. Montreal doesn't have a chance.
So do you.
No? I don't know. I mean, we're already... I'm sure
You're
we're only
2-3
points back.
3 points from a wild card as well, man.
Yeah, I mean...
So
let's say if Montreal can win the next 2 games, get close to 500.
Yeah.
Would that be 500 or no?
No, you got to get to at least 4 more games.
4 more wins?
Yeah, 4 more wins.
Yeah, crazy.
Philly also needs to have 2 more wins.
2 more wins.
So we're almost there.
Yeah, I think you guys are headed in the right direction. I'm not. I need a little more insurance on my end. I'm not sold that Montreal has turned things around.
Goaltending.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sad.
You guys should have kept Allen.
I wonder.
But that's another subject. Yeah, we can go off on that.
It's already we're already an hour and 12 minutes in. So let's wrap it up, man. Let's wrap it up. Thanks for listening, watching another episode of the Barely Onside podcast. Please follow us on Twitter at @barely_onside, at Barely Onside podcast on Facebook and TikTok. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also listen to us on Spotify and some other spots where you can listen to podcasts. I'm not really sure which ones, but there's a whole list of them, but I'm not sure which ones they are. But Spotify, just go to Spotify. Anyways, thanks for listening, watching again. We appreciate all the support that we do get. Pelly, this was a lot of fun. I think it was a good time, man.
Always a good time, brother.
Thanks for
doing what you do.
All right, you too, man. Till next time. Have a good night, man. We will talk later. Peace.
See you, buddy.